Today, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey Conference present the Men's Division I quarterfinal matchup between the designated visitors for this game, the Syracuse University Orange, and the designated home team, the Wildcats, University of Kentucky. Here are today's starting lineups for the Syracuse Orange. Starting in goal, number 40, A.J. Finta. On defense, number 14, Jake Brown. And number 23, Connor Chesner. At left wing, number 18, Nathan McLean. At right wing, number 8, Ryan Thomas. And at center, number 37, Ben Brandt. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the Wildcats of the University of Kentucky. Starting in goal, number 1, Kyle Hogan. On defense, number 44, Sam Steigerwald. And number 11, Nate James. At left wing, number 10, Connor Ripstein. At right wing, number 21, Nick Delaney. And starting at center, number 19, Preston Hazelton. The on-ice officials for today's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Rich Jondo and Jason Torfus, and linespeople Josh Kurtz and Trey Smith. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag, located directly above center ice, as we honor the United States of America, and those entrusted with the defense of this nation, with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Hello and welcome inside Fred Rust Arena. It's the ACCHL quarterfinals as Syracuse makes its way to the postseason after a run to the ESCHL finals last year. The Orange back looking for more this season. It's a new conference, no auto bid, but there is one ACCHL team headed to the national tournament in the Stony Brook Seawolves. They're also here playing games this weekend. We're one quarterfinal down. Delaware, a big 3-0 victory over the NC State Ice Pack in the game just prior to this one. Kentucky in the All Blacks. They finished top of the ACCHL South in their first season of an ACHA Division I play. Syracuse comes in with a record of 10-19-4, 4-3-8-1 in the ACCHL North, but got some help last weekend as Oswego State fell to Stony Brook, and then the second game got canceled. So the Orange make it here as the 4 seed out of the North. Kentucky 6-1-1 in the ACCHL South, coming in with a record of 22-4-0-1, but 7-3 in their last 10, so 3 of those 4 losses coming as of late. We'll get you the starters in a moment as we're set for puck drop between Kentucky and Syracuse. Ben Brandt for the Orange is at center ice, and it's underway as Kentucky come away with the puck, and it's flung down right away by Nick Delaney. starting line for Kentucky. Preston Hazelton, Nick Delaney, Connor Ripstein, defensive pairing Eli Bailey, Anthony Santangelo, and in net for Kentucky, it's Kyle Hogan, the sophomore out of Hoffman Estates, Illinois. For the Orange, it's the top line top pair, Ben Brandt, Ryan Thomas playing forward for the Orange, and Nathan McLean, alongside a pairing of Jake Brown and Connor Chesner, the ever-reliable two, back together after Jack Duffy played a majority of the second half of the season. Paired up with Chesner, and in net, it's A.J. Finta. No surprise to see the senior Finta in net. He's been the Orange's goaltender a majority of the year. Sent back behind for Hogan in the Kentucky net. Again, the Wildcats in the all-blacks with the blue stripe, black sweaters, black pants, black socks, and the black helmet. The Orange in the orange script jerseys, blue pants, orange socks, and blue helmets for SU. Puck bouncing around between both sides as we're a minute down here in Delaware. Kentucky taking on the far side boards. It's chopped up the ice. And the Orange control at center ice. Here's Bradley Parker advancing into the attacking zone. Dances away from one. Kept in the zone by Jack Wren. He'll work it down low. Cade Cook leaves it for Wren again. Circling back around the other way is Wren. Looking for an option inside. Still Wren. He lost it for a moment. And Kentucky capitalized through neutral ice. Here go the Wildcats. Kentucky, a team in their first year of ACC M1 play. It's the first year for the ACC M1 as a conference. Very successful Division II time for the Wildcats. Big collision right at the blue line as Robbie Murphy gets sent flying to the ground. Picked back up by Syracuse. Bradley Parker, the drop pass to Wren. Parker gets it back at the red line. Tried the entry pass into the zone. It's picked away by Kentucky. Moving forward, the Wildcats chop it up the boards, sent all the way back. And now to the near side, picked away again. Pass intended for Hammaker. Here's Murphy going the way, and he'll fire the first shot on goal of the game. It's saved by Hogan. The Orange keeping in the attacking zone. 18 minutes to go in the first period. Puck sent the length of the ice. No icing as there was a deflection on the way through. Robbie Murphy picks it up behind the net. Murphy gliding through defensive ice. Will angle it up off the boards. Chris Fanning angles it into the attacking zone. Back at center ice as Kentucky rebound. Gaffney back in front camp. Gaffney fires a shot and Hogan comfortable to it as a Syracuse Orange player is sent gliding into the net. And they scrum around him to keep things level at 0-0. 17:40 to go in the first period here at Fred Russ Arena. Arnav Pokhrel with you as Syracuse looks to pull off an upset in the ACCHL quarterfinals. Did well last year in the ESCHL, backs to the wall as a 5 seed. Picked up 2 wins to make it to the finals before falling to Delaware in overtime. That one in Pittston, Pennsylvania at the Revolution Ice Center. We're here at Fred Russ Arena, the home of the Delaware Fightin' Blue Hens, both their NCAA women's team and their ACHA men's team. Here's Fanning. Right face-off circle for the Orange. He'll swing behind Hogan in the Kentucky net. Jake Brown looking for the deflection. It tips off the skate of one of the Wildcats in front. And sent out behind the netting. It looked like Michael Supan got the last touch on that. 21 games played for the senior Supan. He's played in 28 games last year, 12 points on the year. But this year, a drop-off in the offensive production. Just 1 goal, 3 assists for Supan. Nathan McLean will get things started again as Ben Brandt controls off the faceoff. Angled down low, intended for McLean. Sent back to the near side. Back out at center ice, Ben Brandt hangs on. Chopped up ahead, Chesner tried to keep it to the blue line, but lost it. Brown sends it back in. Kentucky controlling the defensive zone. Out to the far side boards. Big hit applied late as Ben Brandt goes to finish the check, and he actually wins it back for the Orange. Good offensive pressure on the forecheck. 16:47 to go. Angled back off the near side boards. Kentucky looked to break, but Connor Chesner got there first. The senior captain for the Orange, who now holds the career games played record, is there's a shot and a goal. Kentucky right at the right face-off circle. Find the net, it's Nick Delaney. 26th goal of the season in just his 28th game. And the junior fires Kentucky ahead 1-0. Delaney had all day in the right face-off circle. had time to wind up. And slap shot goes right past the shoulder of A.J. Finta into the top corner. Kentucky a 1-0 lead. Back with Syracuse. Out on the near side. Angled up ahead. Aiden Emery gives chase. Icing waved off. Still Syracuse battling for it in the far corner. Cade Cook kept in on the zone, and Kyle Hogan gloves a shot as Hamilton Nordwind at the blue line, firing in from long range. So an early goal for Kentucky.
Kentucky goal.
Gives the Wildcats a 1-0 lead.
Scored by number 21, Nick Delaney.
There's confirmation of the Delaney goal. Unassisted in the first period.
Assisted by number 40, Anthony Santangelo.
Well, give the assist to Santangelo. I didn't think there was one, but either way,
3 minutes and 31 seconds.
It is a 1-0 lead for the Wildcats.
26 from Santangelo at 3:31.
For Santangelo, that's assist number 13 on the season. And Santangelo, a big step up. Only played 8 games last year, had 2 assists in those 8 games, so a lot better this year. There's a shot from Syracuse as Robbie Murphy picks it back up, left face-off circle. Cade Cook behind the net. Looking back to the blue line for Hamilton Nordwind, but it's picked away by the Wildcats. They'll advance into the face-off zone. Cade Cook recollects for the Orange. He'll find Jack Wren. Wren speeds away from one. Still Wren. Wren fires. It's deflected on the way through. Back the other way is Kentucky. Circling all the way down to Finta and all the way to the near side boards. At the point, it's chipped away. Jack Wren on the chase. He's got a step. Jack Wren beats everybody to the puck, but he's behind the net. Took a big hit on the way through. And he goes down. There's a speed from Jack Wren to get past the Kentucky defense. Unfortunately, the puck was ahead of him at the red line, and so he had to circle around Hogan in net rather than going to net. Carter Rugg, long shot, deflected off the stick of Hogan in front. Hogan's been busy early on. 5 shots on goal for the Orange, just 2 for Kentucky. But it is the Wildcats with a 1-0 lead as that one's pushed up out of play on the near side. Kentucky lead 1-0 thanks to a goal from one of their leading scorers in Nick Delaney. In fact, the second leading scorer on this Kentucky side. He trails only behind Jake Loeb, the junior from Gilbert, Illinois, who's got 33 goals on the season. For Delaney, that was goal number 26. Chesner recollects for the Orange. In the defensive zone, chipped up ahead into neutral ice by Carter Rugg. Fanning in the offensive zone. Shuffles it along to Cam Gaffney down low. Gaffney swings around. Looking for an option, doesn't have it. Kentucky with possession, but the Orange get it right back. Walking the blue line is Chesner. Brown. Back down low to Fanning. Chesner chases to the corner, he'll get there. Still Chesner behind the net. Fanning helps him out. Carter Rugg left face-off circle. Circles back up to the left point, and then down low again. Rugg turns and faces the defense. Chesner, Jake Brown left point. Shot comes in, it took a deflection off the stick of one of the Wildcats in Matthew Jost, the freshman from St. Louis. And up out of play, funny enough, Jake Brown also from St. Louis, Missouri, so 2 natives of Missouri in action there. Jost out of the USPHL Premier in Atlanta. He played for the Mad Hatters last year. 32 games, 2 goals, 3 assists. Shot comes in from distance for the Orange. Glove down by Ben Brandt. The Orange have relied on him in big moments this year, including a victory against Adrian in a shootout. But Kentucky moved the other way. Shot comes in, off the post and out. Finta dives on it, he's got it covered. But another great look by Kentucky. And a near miss for Connor Ribstein. a freshman from Pittsburgh, who's playing on the top line, hasn't played too much this year, just 3 games and 2 assists, but almost scoring his first goal of the season in a big moment for Kentucky. The Orange win the faceoff in the defensive zone, move the other way with Gaffney. Excuse me, that's McLean. He fires a shot on goal. Hogan sticks it behind. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Ben Brandt keeps it in the zone. Big collision at the line as Ben Brandt skates into the high slot. He'll fire and score! Ben Brandt finds a response for the Orange. And with 12 and a half minutes to go, it's 1-1. Good tenacity by the Orange in the offensive zone to hold the puck at the blue line. And then it worked free for Ben Brandt. And that's goal number 18 for the Orange's leading goal scorer this season. So now it's 1-1. The Orange have a response through Ben Brandt. At the 7.5 minute mark, we've seen 2 goals scored, and you can't say it wasn't coming for the Orange. Dominating in terms of shots on goal, 7 shots on goal compared to just 3 for Delaware. Sean Cano picks up the assist.
Time of the goal, 7 minutes, 31 seconds.
And circling back around is the Orange looking for a second as this one's flipped to goal, and Hogan a split save out in front as the whistles blow and more contact down low. Ben Brandt, that's point number 29 on the season for the freshman from Canada. Assisted by Sean Caddo. Caddo still searching for his first goal of the season, but he's got now 6 assists. Hasn't gone a season without scoring a goal for the Orange in his 4-year career. This would be the first. Goes over the hand of Connor Chesner as we're back in action. 11:45 to go as the puck goes out of play. And that'll take us to our first media timeout. 11:45 to go. We're tied 1-1 between Syracuse and Kentucky. We'll be right back after the break right here. You're listening to Syracuse Hockey on the SU Hockey Network. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena, ACCHL quarterfinals as we're back on our way between Kentucky and Syracuse. The ice, as the puck is sent the length of the ice, thought it was an icing, but it said it took a deflection on the way through as that puck hits off a Kentucky Wildcat and out into the bench of the top seed from the ACC South. 11 minutes and 24 seconds to go. There's a lot of stipulations that come with the next game for the winner of these quarterfinals. There'll be a reseeding process that depends on how many teams from each division make it. So we'll cover that when we get closer to the conclusion of this game, as Jack Wren has it for the Orange. The Orange win it back in the defensive zone, move through neutral ice with Bradley Parker. A couple of years at Skidmore College for Parker. He played 1 year for the Skidmore College hockey team. He also played college golf at Skidmore and then went to juniors to play for the Adirondack Junior Thunder, and now is at Syracuse, and he's been a great addition. Came in the January time for the Orange, addition at the midway point for SU. And taking the number 26 that belonged to former captain Sam Hutchinson. Circling back behind the net for the Orange, it's banked up off the boards. Syracuse with Carter Rugg into the attacking zone. Rugg evades a hit but loses the puck behind Hogan's net. Now a battle in the far corner. Kentucky come away with it behind the net, chipped. Rugg will get there first and actually leave it for Sean Caddo. He assisted the Ben Brandt goal that tied the game up at 1-1. Kept in the zone well by the Orange. Deflected in front, and Hogan comes up big with a clinch. Chris Fanning with a great-looking shot, but Hogan came out and met it well at the top of his crease. It's tied 1-1. 9 shots on goal for the Orange, just 3 for Kentucky. We're inside the Fred Russ Arena in Delaware. 10.5 to go in the first period. Face-off from the right face-off circle. Cam Gaffney wins it forward, but first response is made by Sam Steigerwald for Kentucky. Back in front by the Orange. Shot goes wide. And Kentucky moving in transition. 3-on-2. The Wildcats look to capitalize. A shot comes in. AJ Finta made the save with a blocker, and it's pushed away by the Orange defense. Still Kentucky. High slot. Worked out wide. Shot comes in. Finta, another blocker save. Denies Nate James, the junior from Alexandria, Kentucky, on the most recent save. 2 quick-fire shots from Delaware. AJ Finta stands tall. After giving up the early goal just about 3.5 minutes in. Finta's responded well. Syracuse on the break. 2-on-1. Fake shot by Gaffney. He's falling down. The Orange keep the pressure. Murphy skates through a couple, but poked away by Kentucky. Jake Brown in the defensive zone for the Orange. He'll glide to center ice. Worked out wide, and then the Orange turn it over under 10 minutes to play. As that puck sent out of play. The Orange want the face-off in the attacking zone, as it will look like an intentional clearance. And they will get one. Left face-off circle in the O-zone for Syracuse. Ben Brandt, Nathan McLean, and Ryan Thomas, the top line. That's 2 defensemen playing forward for the Orange right now. And Ryan Thomas and Carter Rugg. Face-off won by the Orange. Jake Brown across to Chesner. Back across Brandt. He's got space. Brandt off the par. The Iron denies Ben Brandt a second goal. A well-worked face-off play by the Orange. Pressure still with Syracuse. 9 minutes to go. Jake Brown has it blocked in front. He'll keep it in play in the offensive zone. Syracuse taken down in the corner. McLean battles behind the net. Still the Orange on the forecheck. And now Kentucky control. As a battle at the red line is won by Chesner. And Chesner will advance in, and the offside whistle blows. Chesner goes tumbling down to the ice. It's the second time Chesner's taken a fall of notice in the introductions to the final game at the Kennedy Ice Pavilion this season on senior night. Chesner skated out after he heard his name, tried to do a stop the blue line, and lost an edge and completely fell on his backside. Video still up somewhere, if you can find it. We're back underway, 8.5 minutes to go as Robbie Murphy has it at center ice. Murphy's been in and out of the lines for the Orange. Scored the first goal of his collegiate career just about 40 minutes north of here in Westchester. Here's a chance. Worked across the face of goal by Marc Leroux. Leroux, the captain of this Kentucky side, out of Manchester, New Hampshire. Played for the Northern Cyclones and well over 100 games in his Kentucky career, spanning ACCHL Men's Division II and now Division I. Here's Jack McCormick in the offensive zone for the Orange. Drop pass to Aiden Emery. And Emery's shot is well wide of Hogan's right post. The Orange keep it at the blue line, but then it hops over the stick of Jack Duffy. Emery lost it to the corner. He'll go off for a change. 7.5 minutes to go, tied 1-1. First goal of the game scored by Nick Delaney for Kentucky, the second leading goal scorer for the Wildcats, and then the response for the Orange came from the leading goal scorer in Ben Brandt. Kentucky wants an icing, they'll get it. 7 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the first. There's a bird up in the roof at the Fred Russ Arena that just keeps flying back and forth. I believe there's a hole in the opening of a thin ceiling here. And you've got the roof on top of it. They're nesting up in the roof, and it's just flying back and forth as we're back underway with 7:20 to go. Shot comes in from Kentucky in the offensive zone. Angled out into neutral ice, and Kentucky regained possession, skating through in front of Hogan. Into the neutral zone. One back by the Orange momentarily, and now Sean Caddo will reset for SU in the defensive zone at the blue line. Worked up ahead at neutral ice. Cade Cook chops it ahead to himself. He's got Wren out in the slot, but Cade Cook lost control, and then the Orange can't keep it in at the blue line, so they'll have to reset at center ice. Jack Duffy skates in, takes a big hit, plays the puck down behind for Hogan. Can't say that Jack Duffy hasn't dealt with his fair share of blows in his freshman campaign, as Wren has it for the Orange. He'll skate up ahead. Jack Wren, as he takes a hit behind. Carter Rugg fires. It's wide of Hogan's glove. The Orange have it at the blue line. Fired down low by Chesner. Out in front. Turnaround shot for Fanning. Blocked in front by Kentucky. And skating away with it is Nick Hahn. He'll hit the ceiling here at Fred Rust Arena. And back down low, 6:10 to go. The Orange will have an attacking zone faceoff. 1-1 the score. Nick Delaney scored on a slap shot from the right faceoff circle 3 minutes into the game, and then Syracuse got the response. Ben Brandt, high slot, wrister to tie things up at 1. Ben Brandt then hit the crossbar not too long ago, as the Orange have 11 shots on goal compared to 5 for Kentucky. Gaffney, far side corner in the offensive zone for the Orange. Still hanging on to it. He'll stop on a dime and turn down low. It works to Rugg and then down to Fanning. Chris Fanning, whose brother Matt played for the Orange a few years ago for a season. The Orange tried to work it back in, and now it's in neutral ice. Skating the other way is Gabe Rodriguez. Rodriguez fired a shot, fanned on it. Second chance also fanned on by Jake Loeb. And Finta sticks it away. Turnaround attempt dealt with by Cam Gaffney. Angle down and well out of play by Kentucky. The near side boards are only about half the height of what they would be both at the Lexington Ice Center and at Kennedy Ice Pavilion. All along these press box side. And there's no netting on this side, so got to be aware of those pucks when they fly out on the near side. Worked out wide for McLean. Nathan McLean looking for options. He's held up in the corner. He'll find Ryan Thomas. McLean gets it back. Tried to work it up the wall to Hamilton Nordwin. Instead, Kentucky on the break the other way. Chasing back down, Robbie Murphy gets nutmegged on the way through, and Kentucky makes contact with A.J. Finta. But nothing doing for the Wildcats. Matthew Hamaker was dancing through the legs of Murphy. As a shot comes in, it's tame, and Finta collects. He'll actually dish it out to Murphy. Murphy does well to flip it up at center ice, and there's a big trip that took out 2 Orange skaters. Numbers for Kentucky, but they can't hang on to the puck. Hamilton Nordwin skates away. Back with the Wildcats. Batted down by the Orange, but it's still loose in the defensive zone for SU. Thomas, cross-ice feed. McLean. Hogan is skating out, and he'll play it up into the netting. We'll have a attacking zone faceoff for the Orange. Got through a lot of pucks here already. They're really scraping down to that puck cooler looking for more. Only seeing 2 or 3. A lot of pucks going out of play early on. As we're back underway, 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the first period. Swing and a miss in the defensive zone by Jack Duffy. Kentucky looking to capitalize instead. Aiden Emery does well enough to hold off the Orange. and force Kentucky into the far side corner in the attacking zone for the Wildcats. Works over to the near side for Kentucky, and it's dealt with by the Orange. Jack McCormick skating away. He'll evade a hit. McCormick lost his footing and lost the puck in the process. Kentucky gains the red line, plays behind A.J. Finta. 3:39 to play in the first. 1-1. First goal by Delaney for Kentucky, then the equalizer for Ben Brandt for the Orange. Angled up in front for Aiden Emery. Emery, Pendergrass, and McCormick, the fourth line for the Orange. Back with Kentucky in the Wildcats. Right face-off circle, dancing down low. It's Loeb. He'll fire. It's just high into the netting. Finta may have caught a piece of that with his blocker. But with 3:14 to go, it's still 1-1. 7 shots on goal for Delaware, 11 for the Orange. Finta with 10 saves already. Excuse me, Hogan has 10 saves. Finta's got 6. As the Orange, the 4th seed out of the North, battle with the Wildcats, the top seed out of the South. Banked behind the net. Drop pass through the legs and fired the other way. Kentucky in an offside position. May have gotten away with an icing there. Puck was eerily close to that red line. As it hits off the stick of Cade Cook the other way. Behind the net for the Wildcats. Sent back to the near side. Jake Brown holds it in at the attacking zone blue line. Kept in by Cade Cook. He'll chop it down low. Cook. Out of Selman River High School in northern New York. He loses it. Kentucky regain. It's missed at the blue line, and Kentucky can break 2-on-1 the other way. Good recovery defensively by the Orange. Rodriguez fires across the face of goal, and Loeb had to go under his stick. That's 2 good chances for Loeb that he's missed. Wren dances away. Jack Wren, backhand, saved by Hogan. Sent back down low. Kentucky have it. 2-on-1. Batted in front. Finta covers up at the red line. He's well out of his crease with 1:45 to go. In the first, still 1-1. Goals from Delaney and Finta. Face off and we're back on our way. 100 ticks of the clock left in the first period. Chris Fanning has it in neutral ice for the Orange. He'll fire a shot on goal. Rebound is there for SU. And Hogan does well to hang on. Cam Gaffney came barreling in at the last second. Hogan scrambling, but he does enough to deal with it. Minute 34 to go. Wildcats take their time getting this change on. Head coach Tim Pergram, associate head coach Clay Pergram taking their time talking to the forward line before bringing them off. Ben Brandt at the face-off dot for Syracuse. Face-off won by Kentucky, but controlled by the Orange at the blue line. And then turned over. Here goes Delaney. He's already got 1 today for Kentucky. There's more physicality in the corner as someone's lost a stick for the Orange. It was Jack Duffy. And now Kentucky with possession, take it back from a scrambling Orange team as bodies go flying everywhere. The Orange regain with 1 minute to go. Ben Brandt goes sliding down. Thomas has it. Cross ice feed. One-timer in front, saved by Hogan. Caught it with the paddle of his stick. And Kentucky's netminder has done everything to keep this game at 1-1. Still Syracuse. Now Kentucky behind the goal. The Orange win it back and fire it back into neutral ice. Long trek back for Sean Caddo. Caddo played up top to McLean, now out wide. Cook dances behind the red line in the attacking zone, one back by Kentucky. Brown has it, 15 seconds. Cade Cook, is there one final rush for either team? And this one is Brown fires to the corner. Orange are in an offside position, and it is an icing, so Kentucky will have 8 seconds in the attacking face-off circle to conjure up a play here. At the end of the first, tied 1-1. Jack Grant to the face-off circle. One to the near side boards and controlled by Kentucky, firing in front of Finto with 2 seconds. Last second shot comes in, and the Orange get a stop through Cade Cook. Sliding effort on the block to deny a chance for Kentucky. Quarterfinals, we'll be back in 15 minutes with period number 2 from right here at Fred Russ Arena. You're listening to Syracuse Hockey on the SU Hockey Network.
Syracuse 14, Kentucky 8.
inside Fred Rust Arena, ACCHL quarterfinals between Syracuse and Kentucky. It's tied 1-1 after the first 20 minutes of play. The Orange trailed 1-0 early on after Nick Delaney scored for Kentucky just about 3.5 minutes in. But 4 minutes later, Ben Brandt finds a response on a high slot shot that finds the top corner. And the Orange's leading goal scorer in the freshman Ben Brandt tied things up at 1. AJ Finta through the first period of play, 7 saves. On the other side, it was a busy period for Kyle Hogan in net for Kentucky, the sophomore out of Hoffman Estates, Illinois, with 13 saves. He comes from his time in the West Dundee Leafs in Illinois, the U18 AA program up there. And the sophomore has been excellent for Kentucky this entire season. Comes in with a goals against average of 1.55 and a 95.3 save percentage. For Hogan, that's a number he's lived up to already in the first period of play. Skaters are out there on the second period ice, and we're getting set for puck drop in period number 2. It's tied Kentucky and Syracuse, and we're underway with Jack Wren winning the faceoff for the Orange. Worked up ahead to Cade Cook. Skips under his stick, and Kentucky have it. Faceoff circle on the near side. One back by the Orange for a moment, but Kentucky control with Anthony Santangelo. Circling back around the other way, Kentucky deflected into the neutral zone. The Orange have it with Chesner. Chesner hounded. Gets it away in time to neutral ice, but Kentucky have it now with Eli Bailey. He'll work it out wide. Shot comes in, sticked away by Finta, and out of play. .30 seconds down in the period. Kentucky with an attacking zone faceoff upcoming. Right faceoff circle for the Wildcats. 19:24, 40 minutes to decide a winner. In quarterfinal number 2 of the ACCHL, Delaware took down an ice pack team out of NC State before this in a shutout victory. Right now the North have the lone quarterfinalist that won the game and turned into the semifinals tomorrow. Finals will be on Sunday. Here's Jack Duffy from the right faceoff circle. Down low, picked up by Parker. He'll circle around and fire a shot into the netting. 18:54 to go. Still no shots on goal in the second period. AJ Finta sticked one that was going wide up into the netting, and that one took a deflection on the way out. Right face-off circle, Ben Brandt back out on the ice in the top line for the Orange alongside the second pair in Jack Duffy and Sean Caddo. Face-off won by Kentucky. Taken back by Steigerwald. The Orange have it and turned right back over to Kentucky and Mark Leroux. The native of Idaho will play it forward. Picked up by Ryan Thomas at center ice. Worked down wide, here's Brandt. Stops on a dime, sends a man into the boards. Cross ice feed. Duffy worked back across. Hogan scrambling in the crease. And eventually resets as the Orange maintain possession at the blue line. Backhand feed goes out of play. Duffy skating to the near side, slaps his leg. He knew he had a shot on goal there with Hogan scrambling, and he tried to pass it to the back post instead. Sometimes you have to be selfish, especially bearing down on goal like that. 18 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And a stop-start beginning to this second period. Kentucky win the faceoff and control and neutral ice, but turned over to Ryan Thomas. He'll send it down and rim it around the boards. Ben Brandt tripped up on the way down as Sean Caddo tried to bat it out of the air. The Orange win it back. Ben Brandt was offside, but he'll skate to the bench. Got the short change offensively in this period as a stick goes up and flying into the air. It was Carter Rugg's stick. And he has it now on the near side, picks it back up. Nordwin fired it, got deflected on the way through, and Kentucky pick it back up in the defensive zone. Long feed in front, icing waved off as Nordwin made contact. The Orange have it, defensive zone. Long stretch pass forward, cut away by Kentucky, and now a chance to break for the Wildcats. Right face-off circle, coming back is Gaffney, and he does enough to throw off Kentucky, but a shot comes in, and Finta covers up. Right in front, McLanielli, the sophomore from Geneva, Illinois, had a look to goal on the rebound, but Finta got there first and corralled it in with his stick. It's a Kentucky team that is very heavily influenced by the upper Midwest states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Illinois. See a lot of those three areas on the roster, and a big roster at that for Kentucky. I believe the number was 12 healthy scratches for the Wildcats today in that transition period from ACCHL Men's Division II to Division I for their top program. Wildcats have it behind the net. 17 minutes to go in the second period. Still tied 1-1. Gaffney battling back for SU. On the forward check now, the stretch pass forward finds Preston Hazelton. Work down wide, circling back around. Loeb in front, backhand feed saved by Finta. Didn't even see it, but caught it with a glove to push it away. Now frozen in the near side corner. 3 Orange dig away at it, but it's Kentucky who come away with Loeb. And Jake Loeb couldn't hang on. In front, he takes a big hit from Chris Fanning at the half wall. More contact in front. As the Orange move the other way, Fanning. Rugg shot fired off the stick of Hogan. Now the Wildcats 2-on-1 the other way. Loeb up ahead. As a man, the Wildcats go cross-ice feed in front, denied by Finta. Made the save off of his chest protector and then slid over and covered it up. Connor Ribstein, the first pass across. And the Wildcats, another great look at goal that AJ Finta denies. 16:02 to go in the second period. Still 1-1 between Kentucky and Syracuse. Face-off won by the Orange, sent back around. AJ Finta in net. Sean Cato has it in the defensive zone, turned it over, but did good to win it back at the blue line. Kentucky is offside. Whistles blow, they'll take it in the neutral zone. 15:52 to go in the second, still 1-1. Nick Delaney, the first goal, came early on, and then the response from Ben Brandt about 4.5 minutes later to tie things at 1. Face-off won by Kentucky again. Here's Supan at the red line. He'll fire it behind AJ Finta. First to it is Sean Cato. Over to Jack Duffy. No Brendan Duffy in the lines this week, or at least this game for the Orange. As Jack Duffy chops it up ahead, Aiden Emery gives chase, but it's right back with the Orange. Far side, sent the length of the ice. Took an awkward bounce off the corner boards, and Kentucky did well to respond quickly to that one. Puck now in the neutral zone. High stick batted down, but Kentucky control, so play continues. Icing waved off. Contact in behind, but controlled by the Orange. Looking to break out. Pass up ahead, ticked off the stick of Jack McCormick, who will chase it down, but icing is called. 15:04 to go in the second period. Still 1-1. Nick Delaney and Ben Brandt, the 2 goal scorers, and right now Kentucky on the offensive. A much better start to the second period for the Wildcats compared to how they finished at the final 10 minutes of the first. It was all Orange, especially after that Ben Brandt goal. Face-off won by the Orange. Numbers up ahead. Bradley Parker skates away. Parker had 2 Wildcats on the ground, and he hit one of them. Orange, long shot comes in behind Hogan. Bearing down on goal, it was Jack Wren who loaded up a one-timer. Off the skates, this one will fall again. Parker looking to dance in the high slot, but it's taken away by Kentucky. Attacking zone for the Wildcats. Picked back up by the Orange. Up ahead to Wren, he's 1-on-3. Looking for the backhand feed to the slot. And it goes the length of the ice. The Orange will chase it down with Robbie Murphy. Up ahead, off the skate of Nathan McLean. And now the other way, bearing down on Finta as he makes a save. Contact with the goalie for Matthew Hamaker. And the Orange come to clean things up.
Doors closing.
14:08 to go in the second. It's been a clean game. We haven't seen any penalties so far. Of course, knock on wood and right on cue. There is the first penalty of the game for Robbie Murphy. I'll skate to the near side penalty box. And so the orange on the penalty kill. Penalty kill unit, that's 73.7% on the season. A power play that is 23.1% for Kentucky.
The Syracuse penalty was assessed to number 27, Robbie Murphy. 2 minutes, 4/8.
It's a slashing call on Murphy.
5 minutes, 52 seconds.
As the orange send to the length of the ice.
Murphy, 2-4 slashing.
1:42 on the power play for Kentucky. McLean is going after Kentucky on the forecheck. Now he'll circle back around and let Brandt have a go. The Orange are doing a good job of keeping the puck as far away from AJ Finta as possible. Kentucky are wasting seconds behind the net. They've only got 90 seconds of power play hockey left. Stretch pass forward, it's turned over. And Chesner battles away in neutral ice. Sends it back to the Kentucky defensive zone. Minute 15 on the power play. Now the forecheck works for Ben Brandt. He gets it down to the corner. McLean will just pin the puck on the boards. Hounded by 2 Wildcats. McLean will continue to chase it. There's a broken stick on the ice. As Kentucky have it in neutral ice. A minute to go. Kentucky have barely had the puck in the offensive zone. And the Orange again do a good job of winning the puck back. They send to the length of the ice yet again. 45 seconds on a power play for Kentucky that hasn't seen anything towards AJ Finta. 12:45 to go in the period. First penalty of the game was a slash on Robbie Murphy. 30 seconds on the power play. Kentucky with Loeb. Lost it. Now angled up ahead, and it bounces out of play. 23 seconds on the power play for Kentucky. They have done absolutely nothing on the man advantage. They've barely had in the offensive zone, maybe 2 or 3 entries, but every single time it's dealt with by the Orange. Still 23 seconds on the man advantage. For Robbie Murphy, his penalty minutes number 17 and 18 on the year. And again, the Orange control off the draw and send to the length of the ice. 15 seconds to go. Kentucky hasn't had a shot on goal in this power play. They barely had a shot on this power play. 10 seconds. Angled off to the corner, 6 seconds on the power play. 12 minutes to go. There's one shot, flashing wide. It escapes the zone. The Orange almost went out early with Carter Rugg, but Murphy finally skates across the length of the ice. Good awareness by the Orange bench to yank Carter Rugg's jersey and pull him back out on to the ice. Before Murphy had even made it across the ice, Carter Rugg was ready to go as AJ Finta covers up in the crease. 11:46 after the expiration of the Kentucky power play, first of the game. And that takes us to our media timeout. 1-1. Syracuse kills off a penalty and keeps the game tied. You're listening to the ACCHL quarterfinals, Syracuse, Kentucky, on the SU Hockey Network. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Tied 1-1 between Syracuse and Kentucky, first round of the ACCHL playoffs. As Syracuse win the draw, move into the attacking zone. 11:45 and counting in this first period. As a shot comes in, took a deflection on the way through, and Hogan makes the save. 11:31 to go. And the 15th shot on goal for the Orange. Just the second of the period. Maybe the third of the period. Came in with 13 shots on goal, maybe 14 after the first 20 minutes of play. But right now, after the penalty kill, momentum seems to be with the Orange, as they're going to reset the faceoff and kick Cam Gaffney out, so in steps Chris Fanning. Faceoff won by Fanning. Chesner across to Brown, left faceoff circle, fires to goal. Took a deflection on the way through. May have hit off of a teammate in Chris Fanning, who skates away, favoring that left foot. But another attacking zone faceoff coming for the Orange. The Orange tried to move forward on the faceoff, and sends Kentucky the other way. Batted down by Jake Brown in the defensive zone. Still with the Wildcats. Deflected out in front. Flashing across the face of goal. Taken back by Mark LaRue. The Orange pick it up behind A.J. Finta. Move out to Carter Rugg. His pass into neutral ice is cut away by the Wildcats. Rugg follows his check as he pokes the puck free. Still with Kentucky. Contact up high on Mark LaRue, and the captain was not happy about a missed call there by the referees. Circling back the other way. Chopped away by the Orange in front of goal. Gaffney. Still Gaffney. Dancing up neutral ice, picked away by Kentucky. 10.5 minutes to go as Kentucky is called for icing. We'll head the other way. Still tied 1-1 here in Delaware. Bit longer of a trip from Lexington, Kentucky than it is from Syracuse to get here. That's how it is for most of those ACCHL South teams. Face-off won back by Kentucky. Batted in at the blue line by Nordwin, but it's turned over. 3-on-2 for Kentucky. Shot comes in off the bar and out. Great look for Kentucky, and that's twice that same crossbar has denied a goal being scored. The Orange have it the other way. Ben Brandt hit the crossbar, that very crossbar, in the first period. And now Kentucky rings the bar in the second period. Nordwin has it for the Orange in the defensive zone. Cade Cook at neutral ice. Across to Wren. Zone entry for the Orange, and Wren lost it in the high slot. Good defensive play by the Wildcats. Moved across. And chopped down low. Loeb is in on net. He fires. It's glove saved by Finta. .9:37 to go. Face-off won by the Orange. Angled up into neutral ice. Back in front, the Orange have it on the wraparound. Poked away by Kentucky. Controlled by Jack Duffy at center ice. Rammed around the boards. Hogan first to it. He'll play it down low for Steigerwald. Chipped up ahead. And again, the Orange on the chase with Jack Duffy. Aiden Emery has it. Looking for McCormick. Instead, it's over to Caddo. Caddo sends it behind the boards. Picked up by the Orange. Sent back behind the boards. Intended for McCormick, but he's a step behind it. McCormick will still get there. Caddo deflected in front, as there's some contact in front as well. And the puck goes out of play. Whistle blows with 8.5 minutes to go. Still tied 1-1 between Syracuse and Kentucky. Kentucky comes into this game 22-4-0-1. But of those 4 losses, 3 of them happened in the last 10 games. It's a 42nd season of Kentucky hockey, including 8 consecutive winning seasons under head coach Tim Pokhrel. And before moving to the ACCHL, they played in the TSCHL. Last year in Men's Division II, lost in the Southeast Regional Final to Indiana. Puck goes out of play. The Orange claiming it was in the attacking zone. It was. Everyone sets up in the offensive faceoff zone, but they might take it out here at neutral ice. They will. So just past the blue line, favoring the Orange as Connor Chesner is holding his wrist. Dealt with a wrist injury on senior weekend as well. 8:20 to go. Syracuse wants an icing, they'll get it. Just about 3 seconds taken off the clock. Shots on goal. Kentucky much better this period, but still the Orange lead. 16 shots on goal for SU, 13 for Kentucky. Quick discussion before the face-off for the Orange as top line back out there, Ben Brandt, Ryan Thomas, Nathan McLean, and top pair and Jake Brown, Connor Chesner. Kyle Hogan dives on the puck, another 2 seconds taken off. 8:16 to go. Here's Ben Brandt. Wins the faceoff for the Orange, sent behind to Ryan Thomas. Now McLean. Orange couldn't find a breakthrough. Chopped up ahead, kept in play by the Orange. Actually, it hit off the glove and out of play into the netting. Good work by Michael Subban to win it back for Kentucky on that far side. Face-off upcoming. 8:01 to go in the second. Stop and go second period. Since a jump, including a Syracuse penalty kill after a Robbie Murphy slash call. And again, attacking zone face-off upcoming. Kentucky's done a good job to stay out of the penalty box so far. They have a penalty kill unit that's above 85% on the season. As face-off is won by Kentucky. Battle on the near side half wall. Sent back behind the play. Kentucky have it in the defensive zone. But again, the forecheck for the Orange is there. Corner board battle as Cam Gaffney goes shoulder to shoulder with Steigerwald. Kentucky have it again. Sent the length of the ice horizontally, and the whistle blows. It's going to be a call on Syracuse. Second power play of the game upcoming for Kentucky. Cam Gaffney heads to the penalty box with 7:25 to go, and we'll see the Kentucky power play unit back out on the ice for the second time today. Power play unit that was unsuccessful in the first time just had 2 shots, neither of them on goal in the first power play. See how the Orange decide to attack this one. Very aggressive in the last power play. As we're underway, Kentucky control. Cross-ice feed, Loeb out in front, saved by Finta. So already, 1 shot on goal for Kentucky. Took just 12 seconds off the power play clock. They'll reset behind Hogan in net for the Wildcats.
The Syracuse penalty is assessed to number 19, Cameron Gaffney. 2 minutes for hooking.
There's the call, 2 minutes for hooking.
12 minutes, 35 seconds.
By James Witherite, the PA announcer here at Fred Russ Arena.
At 12:35.
Battle back behind the plate. And it escapes the stick of Nate James. So Kentucky will reset. 1:09 to go on the power play for the Wildcats. Looking for Loeb in the corner. Jack Wren gets there first. And Wren goes horizontally across the length of the ice. Back behind the net. I meant to say diagonally there. He cleared it the length of the ice. 6:14 to go. Less than a minute on the power play for Kentucky. Held at the blue line by Loeb. Zone entry is onside. The Orange, couple of swings at it. Loeb gets it back, high slot. Backhand feed, everyone on the ground for the Orange, and eventually the stop made. Ben Brandt skates away, chops it to center ice. Worked out wide. Kentucky feed back inside. Looking for an option is Ty Patefield. Patefield circles around. Has a man in the left face-off circle. It's Loeb. He'll reset. Cross ice feed. One-timer is high. May have been blocked in front by a Wildcat. It escapes the blue line, and Kentucky can't hang on. Santangelo thought he kept it, but the puck had clearly eclipsed the blue line into neutral ice, and everyone was offside for Kentucky with 13 seconds to go on the power play. 5:37 left in the period. And if the Orange can kill this one off, going 2 for 2 in the kill in the second period, will be a huge momentum boost for the team that came in 4th from the ACC North. Puck at center ice, 4 seconds left in the power play. And there's the expiration of the Kentucky power play. The Orange back to even strength as Kate Cook enters the ice for Cam Gaffney. 5:15 to go in the period. 1-1 score remains. Nick Delaney scored for Kentucky early on, and then a response about 4.5 minutes later by Ben Brandt. Wren chops it to the corner. Wren wins it back. Out in front, and Hogan hangs on. More bodies on the ground as the intensity picks up. Season on the line for both of these teams. One score, 4:47 to go at the closing stages of the second period. The Orange only qualified for this tournament off the back of some help from Stony Brook, defeating Oswego in regulation in game 1 of their series, and then game 2 got canceled as Jack McCormick is kicked out of the face-off dot. Aiden Emery steps in. But that's what got the Orange here. There's a trip call-up coming on the Orange. It's going to be Murphy who's booked again. Hand is up. Extra skater is on for the delayed penalty as Nordwin touches up. Murphy's going to have some more penalty minutes to serve. Really easy call for the Rafts on the near side. Murphy stuck out the skate. And sent Matthew Hammaker flying. Native of Corona, California. Played Division III hockey last year at Western New England, Hammaker. Murphy having a conversation with the referees. And he'll sit back down. The Orange will go on the power penalty kill for the 3rd time this period. And immediately face off one, puck skittering the other way.
Syracuse penalty was assistant number 27, Robbie Murphy. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 15 minutes, 30 seconds in the second period.
No doubter in front. Here's a turnover. The Orange score shorthanded.
15-30.
It's McLean. A defensive mistake. And Nate McLean's shorthanded goal puts the Orange up 2-1 in the quarterfinals. McLean went airborne after the shot got off. And he finds Twine, and the Orange have a lead for the first time today. Still 1:46 on the power play for Kentucky, but momentum with Syracuse. And we're back underway, 2-1 lead for the Orange. Another turnover, Ben Brandt. Backhanded shot on goal is saved by Hogan. The Orange keep pressure on.
Syracuse, shorthanded goal. 7th of the season, scored by number 18, Nathan
Now
McLean.
Kentucky dancing. Kentucky will fire wide of AJ Finta.
15 minutes, 45
Puck sent the length of the ice as it hits a skater down for Kentucky. Ben Brandt goes to check on him.
7th, unassisted at 15:45, a shorthanded goal.
McLean, first shorthanded goal of the year. It's the 5th shorthanded goal of the season for Syracuse. From 5 different skaters. Brandt has one, Jack Wren has one, Tanner Cole has one for the Orange, as does Jack McCormick on the season. And add Nate McLean to that list. It's a Syracuse team that had a shorthanded masterclass last season as well, with 5 shorthanded goals. And the skater remains down for Kentucky. Ben Brandt's taking a knee on the ice. It looks pretty dangerous. There was nothing in it, but continue to look at the skater. We'll get you information on him when we know who it is. Brandt skates away. The Orange continue to look at the defensive situation here as they're still shorthanded for the next minute 20. Work on getting skater back to his feet. Still don't have eyes on who it is. It looks like it could be Jake Loeb, 24. The alternate captain, the junior from Gilbert, Illinois. Speaking of shorthanded goals, Loeb has 3 of them on the season for the Wildcats. He skates off with the help of a couple of the Kentucky trainers. Robbie Murphy's still in the penalty box here as Syracuse is on the penalty kill. Referees continue to have a conversation here as Loeb went down. Ben Brandt tried to fire the puck the length of the ice on the penalty kill. And I believe the puck made contact with Loeb as it exited the zone. Of course, unintentional at that point, but now I gotta figure out where this faceoff will be taken because it did hit off a Kentucky skater. Conversations continue at the blue line for the 3 referees. Syracuse on the penalty kill for the next 80 seconds, 3:49 left in the period. And the 4 skaters out there on the ice right now for the Orange. It's Sean Caddo, Jack Wren, Jack Duffy. There's one more behind Jack Duffy who's blocked off from our point of view. Looks like Eli Pendergrass based off the stick and the helmet. They're going to take a review on this incident. So they'll head over to the near side, and the referees exit the ice, want to discuss this play and talk about what happened there. They continue to review as they'll talk to everyone on the near side. Now they pull off 2 of the captains to talk. Nick Delaney, Mark Leroux, and Sean Caddo are here right in front of us having conversations. There's a long conversation here in front. And now Sean Caddo skates back. It looks like the Orange will remain on the kill, and nothing comes of a quick review. Still a power play for Kentucky. Minute 20 on the man advantage. 3:48 to go as the faceoff is won by the Orange but controlled by the Wildcats. And now angled off by Jack Wren. Again, it was Jake Loeb that stayed down on the ice, took a hard hit, and then had the puck hit him on the way out. Minute to go on the power play. Still the Orange pressing, and now Kentucky can skate ahead into neutral ice. Puck won back by Pendergrass, and he chops it ahead to the corner. How good has this penalty kill unit been today for Syracuse? 43 seconds to go, and on what is now 5.5 penalty minutes. Kentucky has had maybe 2 shots, and the Orange have had a shorthanded goal get scored. Puck angled off the boards, and again, Syracuse get there first. 25 seconds on the man advantage. Sent back down, bouncing puck behind Hogan. 2:45 to go. 14 seconds on the kill. Puck sent into neutral ice. Controlled by Kentucky with 8 seconds to go on the power play. Back ahead by Syracuse. Toe drag in front. Bradley Parker shoots. The net rippled, and it's no goal. Parker and Chris Fanning were celebrating, but they say that Hogan had control. It was right as the penalty expired. The net may have came off on the follow-through. If there's one to review, you might want to look at that one again. It's 2-1 Orange off a shorthanded goal. Bradley Parker was closing down on net. Chris Fanning was there as well, but they say Hogan had it covered. Face-off upcoming for the Orange. 2:26 left in the period. Back to even strength. Chesner fires one in. Easy stick away for Hogan. One back by the Orange. High slot. Brandt fires. He scores! Late on in period 2, it is an Orange flurry, and Ben Brandt has his second of the game. 3-1 Orange. And the 4 seed out of the ACC North with a commanding lead over the top seed out of the ACC South. Brandt wins the face-off. One forward, and Kentucky needing the response. They'll skate forward into the attacking zone with 2 minutes to go, and a 3-1 score.
Time of the goal, 17 minutes, 45 seconds in the second period.
Under 2 minutes to go.
Second of the game from McLean at 17:45.
Puck won back by the Orange. 2 minutes to play in the second period. Into neutral ice. Carter Rugg skates ahead. 3-1 lead for the Orange. 2 quick fire goals. It was a short-handed strike by Nate McLean, and then Ben Brandt scored his second of the game moments later after the penalty had expired. Orange won icing. They'll get it with 1:33 to play. A 2-goal second period after Ben Brandt scored early to tie things up in the first, 7.5 minutes into that period, and now at the end of the second period, 2 quick firing goals for Syracuse. Have the Orange up 3-1. Face-off circle, shot comes in, sticked away by Hogan. Kept in at the blue line by Jack Duffy. He'll bat it up out of the air, and then it escapes the zone. Fanning through the legs of Gaffney. It finds Carter Rugg on the far side. Batted down to the corner. Gaffney will chase. Carter Rugg wins it back. Rugg on his knees trying to play the puck. Went through some contact. It's held in by Sean Cato. Flipped up ahead for Rugg. Cato's got an assist today.
1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute.
Kentucky struggling to get the puck into the attacking zone as Syracuse win it right back at the red line. Fanning enters in slowly. Final 45 seconds of the period as Chris Fanning just knocked down someone's cup. They left it on the lid, or on the lip of the rim on the outside, and Fanning runs into the cup, and there's coffee spilled all over the ground. 35 seconds to go as the puck continues to bounce around the neutral zone. Kentucky enter the zone, 19 seconds to go. Out in front, there's a shot saved by Finta. Came out, met it at the top of the crease to deny Kentucky momentum in this game. Still 3-1 Orange. McLean and Brandt scored 2 in quick succession in the closing 5 minutes of the second period. to give the Orange this 2-goal lead. Now 10 seconds left in the period. Is there one final rush? Bradley Parker has it. 7 seconds, he'll fire. Hogan lost it for a moment. And now, with 4.5 seconds to go, it's an attacking zone faceoff for SU. Don't mind the shot there by Parker, because either it goes in or Hogan's forced to cover up with pressure coming near him. And you get a chance to set something up late on the faceoff. Ben Brandt, extended conversation with Nathan McLean. And Ryan Thomas. McLean, Thomas. Drop pass to Brandt, who fires. It's just wide. Final second in front and saved by Hogan. Shot would have been after the whistle anyways, but 3-1. The Orange take control in the second period with 2 late goals. And Syracuse have a 3-1 lead heading into the final 20 minutes of play. You're listening to the ACCHL quarterfinals on the SU Hockey Network. We'll be back after the second intermission with the final 20 minutes of regulation.
Syracuse 8 for a 2-period total of 22. Kentucky 8 for a 2-period total.
Back inside Fred Rust Arena, Syracuse and Kentucky in the ACCHL quarterfinals, getting set for period number 3. It was tied 1-1 after the first 20 minutes, but 2 goals late on in the second have Syracuse up 3-1 and unassisted by Nathan McLean, and then McLean turned goal scorer into provider as he assisted Ben Brandt's second goal of the game. The Orange scoring shorthanded with McLean, then at even strength with Brandt. It is the 2 freshmen combining for all 3 goals so far in this one, as the Orange have a 3-1 lead. There's just something about these playoff Orange. It happened last year as well. Backs to the wall as the 5 seed and went on a run to the ESCHL finals. They'll look to do the same this year and are doing well in the ACCHL quarterfinals against the ACC South's top team in the Kentucky Wildcats. 20 minutes to go after 40 minutes of play. 22 shots on goal for the Orange, just 16 for Kentucky. The Orange will trot out top pair, top line yet again. Ben Brandt, Nathan McLean, and Ryan Thomas. Jake Brown, Connor Chesner are the 2 behind him. On the other side, it's also top line. And Connor Rivstein, Preston Hazelton, and Nick Delaney, but it's second pair, Nate James and Sam Steigerwald that step out for Kentucky. We're 10 seconds into period number 2. Puck at neutral ice as there's a hit, and Ben Brandt controls for the Orange. Brandt up to Jake Brown at the left point, fired wide. Chip back down low by Chesner. Puck escapes Chesner's clutches, and it's back with Ben Brandt behind the goal. He'll reset. Brandt behind the net, skates away from 1. Played up ahead to Bradley Parker, chipped up to himself. Looking for Cade Cook instead. It'll sit at center ice yet again. Dancing in, backhand feed off the post for Kentucky. It was Mark Leroux, the captain. Had a chance to get the Wildcats back within 1. A Kentucky team that is 22-4-0-1 on the season, but 3 of those 5 losses coming within the last 10 games. Kentucky in the all-black jerseys, black pants. They've got blue stripes on the bottom of the jersey and the sleeves, and also on the socks. The orange jerseys, blue pants, orange socks, blue helmets. Big hit by Chris Fanning. Right around that center circle. 3-1 lead for Syracuse. 90 seconds gone in the third period. Jack Wren trapped in the corner. And Kentucky come away with it. The orange won icing, and Sean Caddo wins the race. We'll head the other way with 18:09 to go in the third period. A 3-1 lead for the orange. Go back to last year's ACCHL playoffs as well. First game in that tournament was against Drexel, won 6-4, then won 9-5 against Stony Brook before falling 5-4 in overtime to Delaware. Ben Brandt has 2. Nathan McLean has 1. Puck is circling around in the defensive zone for Kentucky. They turn it over to Carter Rugg, but he only gets it down to the corner before Kentucky regain possession. Backhand feed into neutral ice. And moving the other way is Charlie Chinian. Whistle blows. We'll have a stoppage as there's 17:35 to go in the period. Chinian, the junior from Petersham, Mass. Played for the Florida Junior Blades before his time at Kentucky. 21-6-2 last season in terms of games played, and then goals and assists. Face off one forward by the Wildcats. They're behind AJ Finta. The Orange get it back. Transition through the defensive zone with Pendergrass. Jumps away from a hit as icing is called. Wildcats win the race back in their own end. 17:23 to go. Orange lead 3-1. It is the freshmen who have arrived in a big way in the postseason. 2 for Ben Brandt, 1 for Nathan McLean. The 2 Canadians, all the scoring for the Orange. McLean out of the OJHL. Ben Brandt spent some time in both the VIJHL and the BCHL. There's a big hit on the near side half wall. Bodies everywhere as Kentucky have it. One-timer and a great save by Finta. Stretched across and caught it with his glove and then flipped it back to the face-off circle. Finta has been all over it since giving up that early goal. 16 consecutive saves for the netminder. Face-off won by Kentucky. Shot fanned on by the Wildcats. Backhanded back down to the corner for Kentucky. Up top, it escapes the zone. Miscommunication between the defensive pairing for Kentucky, but the Wildcats win it right back with Hazelton. Angled to the near side boards. Jake Brown recollects. Connor Chesner banks it up ahead. Intended for Ben Brandt. Near side with Kentucky. Pass is missed as Ryan Thomas will control possession for the Orange. Plays it to Caddo. Has Jack Duffy beside him. Jack Duffy's pass is angled back behind. Icing waved it off as it's picked up by Nate James, defender from Alexandria, Kentucky. Now the Orange one icing the other way. They'll get it. Jack Duffy collects with 16:09 to go and a 3-1 lead for the Orange. The ACC tournament continues the rest of tonight, as there's a whistle for a stoppage in front. First game today was Delaware taking on NC State. And Delaware the victors in that one. As here's a shot from Bradley Parker off the faceoff. After this game, we've got Pitt taking on UNC. A true ACC matchup between two NCAA ACC teams. As the play resets with AJ Finta's stick. And then to close out the night, Stony Brook takes on Louisville. As there's a shot from distance. Work behind the net. Puck goes the length of the ice. And the Orange unhappy about that icing call. But we'll head the other way, 15:34 to go. Tomorrow's semifinals at 7:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. But most likely will not have radio for that. That'll be streamed on the 412 on YouTube. James Witherite and company will take care of those. High slot, shot comes in, it's off the netting and down low. So it resets. Face-off circle, attacking zone face-off circle for Kentucky. One forward by Kentucky. They work a shot on goal. And somehow, some way, the Orange keep it out. I don't know if it was AJ Finta or if it was an Orange skater that got in the way, but the puck is frozen and Kentucky can't believe it. It developed so quickly that the Orange didn't have time to respond, and yet it's still 3-1 SU. Well, kick out Ty Patefield from the face-off dot. Chipped behind AJ Finta's net. The Orange have it with Chris Fanning. Backhand feed as Fanning takes a shot. Stretch pass forward. Carter Rugg goes diving. He lost his stick. Battle at the blue line is picked away by Kentucky. They'll chop it down to the corner. Gaffney. Down low and more contact in. Kentucky wanted the call, they won't get it. Deflected in front, but it went up instead of down for the Wildcats. Preston Hazelton out in front, senior from Lake Orion, Michigan. 3 years at Division III Concordia University of Wisconsin, played 30 games in his career there. But before that, was a member of the NCDC team. Pretty close by to here in Newark, Delaware at Philly HC. The Philly Hockey Club NCDC program. But makes the move to ACCHL Division I with Kentucky for his senior year. The Orange have it with 14:40 to go in the third period and a 2-goal lead. Puck sent behind AJ Finta, and Hamilton Nordwind touches up for an icing. We'll head the other way. And again, both teams struggling to establish something offensively in these first 5 minutes of the third period, but the Orange will take it because as long as you can kill off the clock and limit Kentucky's chances, the Orange will be happy. Right point with Nordwind. He'll chip it down low. Looking for Brand, but it might be Thomas who wins the race. Nordwind now first to it on the far side corner. Brand behind the play. Thomas with it, circling around the right face-off circle. Long shot deflected in front, still loose. Back in front, long shot again, and this time Hogan reads it all the way through. Great work by the sophomore to see that one through traffic. And keep it 3-1. Orange have done a great job of screening Hogan as of late, especially in the back half of that second period. There's always someone right in front. Attacking zone faceoff for SU, but one back by the Wildcats. Controlled at the blue line and moving forward with it is Kassipis. Alex Kassipis, a sophomore from Detroit. Big hit down behind the play as Slow to get up is Sean Caddo. Turnover. High slot for Kentucky. Toe drag. But the Orange recover defensively. Jack McCormick got the stick in, and then it's flipped up out of play here to the near side. And held on to. So attacking zone faceoff for Kentucky. 3-1 lead for the Wildcats. Excuse me, not the Wildcats. 3-1 lead for the Orange. The Wildcats looking to come back. They'll have an attacking zone faceoff with their top line. And Preston Hazelton, Nick Delaney, and Connor Ripstein out there on the ice. And actually, they've changed it a little bit. They moved Ty Patfield to this top unit. Get a bit more experience in that line with Patfield, the sophomore. Deflection out in front. As the Orange control in defensive zone with Emery. Circling around is Chesner. Now Pendergrass loses his footing at central ice. Pendergrass sent his man well into the benches. That's a highlight reel hit for Eli Pendergrass. We'll be watching that one back on tape. As a deflection in front, it's off the stick of an Orange. And now battling back in is Kentucky. Wildcats have it. Shot comes in, saved by Finta. Eli Pendergrass laid the boom on that far side corner. It was right in front of the Kentucky bench. Didn't see who it was, but Pendergrass did enough to use both his power and the momentum of the skater to send someone headfirst in the Kentucky bench and on the ground in that tunnel that leads to the Kentucky locker room. See if we can get that one back on video at any point in the game. As here's Bradley Parker. Lost it. Kentucky back down low with 12:40 to go. Puck escapes the attacking zone for Kentucky. It's been the story of the game, really, for the Wildcats, struggling to gain possession and hold it in the attacking zone. There's a chance in front, and it's wide of A.J. Finta. Second chance, pushed wide again. Rebound is cleared away by Cade Cook. A.J. Finta may have caught one of those with his skate to keep it 3-1 Orange. Out in front, cleared out of the slot by SU. Cade Cook skates away. The Orange need to change, so as soon as Cook gains a red line, he fires it behind. Full change for the Orange. Jacob Von Tersch on the ice for what seems like first or second time today. Haven't said his name much as there's a penalty upcoming on Kentucky. It'll be a trip as Jack Wren draws the contact and goes down. And that will take us to our media timeout. The Orange will head to the power play as Jack Wren is helped off the ice by Von Tersch and Carter Rugg, avoiding contact, or pressure, excuse me, on that right foot. But heading to the box is Connor Ripstein. The Orange on the power play when we return from the media timeout. Syracuse up 3-1 in the ACCHL quarterfinals. You're listening to Syracuse Hockey on the SU Hockey Network. Welcome back after the media timeout. The Orange have a 3-1 lead in the ACCHL quarterfinals, and attacking zone faceoff for the Orange is controlled by SU. McLean on the power play for the Orange. Connor Ripstein sent to the penalty box.
8 minutes
Power play for the Orange. As it escapes the attacking zone on the season, Syracuse 22.6% on the power play. Kentucky 86% on the penalty kill. Very solid penalty kill unit for the Wildcats. But the Orange already have a shorthanded goal today. They've got 2 at even strength as the Orange are offside. Now looking to score on the man advantage to really blow this game wide open. 11:08 to go in the third period and a 3-1 lead for Syracuse. Fred Rust Arena, home of the Delaware Fighting Blue Hens, and now the home of the ACCHL playoffs. After this one, more quarterfinal action, between Pitt and North Carolina, Stony Brook and Louisville, and then the 2 semifinals tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. and 9 p.m. before a 3 p.m. championship game on Sunday. AJ Finta sticks it out wide as there's a minute left on the Syracuse power play. Both teams have struggled really on the man advantage today. Syracuse doesn't have anything yet in their first chance, and here's a turnover. Chance to move forward for Patefield, and it's saved by AJ Finta. Both teams also with bad turnovers on the power play. The Orange hold it back with Chesner. 45 seconds to go in the man advantage, and again another turnover. Chance in front, high slot for Kentucky. Cut away by Chesner. And there's going to be a penalty upcoming here on the Orange. So the power play goes awry. And 29 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey before a minute 30 of Kentucky on the power play. And Carter Rugg unhappy about that as he heads to the penalty box. Carter Rugg on the season started the year as a defenseman, but really has found some form in the attacking lines. 9th penalty of the year for Rugg. .30 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey before a minute 30 of power play for the Wildcats. 10:09 to go in the third. The Orange 2-goal lead in the ACCHL quarterfinals, a single elimination tournament spanning 3 days to decide the first ever men's Division I ACCHL champion. And skating away with it in the 4-on-4, Nick Delaney resets for Kentucky. He'll take it off his skates and move forward.
In the third period, Rugg for interference at 9:51.
A little bit of a holdup as McLean in front of the bench, as there's a shot sticked away by Finta. Brandt battling. We're still in 4-on-4 now. Kentucky on the power play. The Orange angle it away off the neutral zone boards and back into the defensive zone. It's corralled by Eli Bailey, freshman from Idaho. And work behind the play. Bailey's got 4 goals and 8 assists as a defenseman this season for Kentucky. Back behind the net. Big reverse check as the Orange fling it out of the zone. Send it the length of the ice. 45 seconds of power play hockey for Kentucky. 0 for 3 on the power play today. That was prior to this one, of course. Big hip check in by Jake Brown. Well executed, but Kentucky retained possession down low. Brown lost it on the trap in behind as Robbie Murphy plays some defense out in front. Contact from behind as Kentucky still have it behind AJ Finta with 18 seconds on the power play. Now the whistle blows. The puck is frozen behind the net. Some more contact behind the play. Jake Brown always involved and he'll skate away. 13 seconds on the power play. Syracuse came into the game 73.7% on the kill this season. If they can hold on these last 13 seconds, that would be 4 for 4 in a game. But right now it's Kentucky, sticked away by Ryan Thomas, 8 seconds of power play hockey. Kentucky skating in the defensive zone, looking for maybe one final rush with 3 seconds to go. Power play expires. We're back to even strength. Carter Rugg immediately joins the action on the ice. Shot comes in, it's wide of the pads of Finta. Awkward get up for Finta there. He landed weirdly on his pads, but he's back up as this one's flicked in front. Batted down low. Big collision in the corner boards on the far side. Banked out of play, it remains in play off the rim of the boards in front of the Syracuse bench. 7:37 to go, we're back to even strength. 25 shots on goal for the Orange, 22 for Kentucky. The Orange have it with Carter Rugg behind the net. Thought about the wraparound, instead he'll go with a zero angle and miss it. Jack Duffy resets at the point. Chance in front, took a deflection, batted back in front, and Hogan hangs on. It was loose for a moment, and then some cross-checking after as Chris Fanning was playing the puck down low, and then more contact after. Cam Gaffney involved in some more. And Gaffney avoids the penalty. $7:17 to go in the third period. 26 shots on goal for the Orange, who lead 3-1. Ben Brandt has 2. Nathan McLean scored a shorthanded goal to give the Orange a 2-1 lead before Brandt added a third at the end of the second period. Kentucky with it. Chance in front, and the net comes off as the Wildcats fire in a shot. Wasn't intentional, so no penalty shot. It was just AJ Finta pushing off that post and moving it. So play gets stopped immediately. Can't have a net that isn't steadfast in place. It's a dangerous thing to have a loose net, especially for goaltenders who are using those posts to push off and gain momentum. Ty Batefield is kicked out of the face-off dot, so Ben Brandt will now match up with Nick Delaney. Face-off won back by Kentucky. Held at the right point, but actually missing it is Nick Hahn. And now it skates into the Kentucky defensive zone. Batted up ahead. Angled off the boards. It's Kentucky who hang on. Now back the other way. Jake Brown lays a big hit on the near side neutral boards. Brown will pick it up in the defensive zone. He turned it over. Finta has to stick it away. Jake Brown just taking too long to make a decision with the puck. And Kentucky almost capitalized. Bradley Parker has it. He'll escape the neutral zone. It resets for Kentucky. At the red line for the Wildcats, off the skate of Jake Brown. He'll chip it up ahead into neutral ice again. Kentucky missed on the follow-through. Now Bradley Parker has it the other way. Angled off the boards for Cade Cook, but Nick Hogan is out to meet it first. Parker lays a hit, but Kentucky move in transition through the neutral zone on the near side. Advance to the right face-off circle. Circling back around is Preston Hazelton. Still Kentucky. Backhand feed, left face-off circle, shot comes in. Blocked in front by Cade Cook. Rebound saved by Finta and dug away by the Orange as there's some contact after. And this might be another penalty on the Orange. Jack Wren heads to the penalty box. But Kentucky will also send someone in. It's Matthew Hamaker, sophomore from Corona, California. Played at Western New England in the Division III ranks. And during his time there, 12 games played, 1 goal, 1 assist. Now Connor Chesner and Mark Leroux will have a conversation here. It's 4-on-4 hockey. You can see the hand signals from Leroux to the Kentucky bench, led by head coach Tim Pergram, associate head coach Clay Pergram, assistant coaches Jake Galloway and Ryan Ford. 5:25 to go. They might review this here, and they will review it on the back end. So the referees are right below us here, taking a look at the video boards. They want to review this scuffle that happened after the whistle. Looked like maybe a late cross-check came in from Jack Wren behind the play. And now the conversation continues. As the 4 referees are talking with the 2 captains for Kentucky and Syracuse. Mark Leroux for the Wildcats. Connor Chesner for Syracuse. They skate away. It's 4-on-4. As Jack Wren and Matthew Hammaker are in the penalty box for the 2 sides. 2-minute power play, 2 minutes for both of those penalties, and we're at 4-on-4 hockey for the next 2 minutes. Jack Duffy picks it up for the Orange. Hamilton Nordwin will skate away. Carter Rugg drops it to Gaffney. Gaffney dances away. He's taken down, but no penalty upcoming. Carter Rugg has it for the Orange. He's got Nordwin up top at the left point. Back to Rugg, left face-off circle. Nordwin walks the blue line, fires in. It's saved by Hogan. Simple glove save for Kyle Hogan. 1.55 goals against average on the season coming into today. He also has a shutout on the year. Him and Riley Allen were splitting time a majority of this season. Allen, the alternate captain, senior from Lakewood, Colorado. 92 save percentage this season. Kentucky decided to go with Hogan, the sophomore, in the quarterfinals. Still 4-on-4 hockey for the next 90 seconds.
The Syracuse penalty was assessed to number 13, Jack Wren.
Cross-ice feed finds Chesner. He skates away from one.
Kentucky penalty assessed to number 45.
Got taken out behind the play
2 minutes for roughing.
as the puck escaped him.
Penalties, 14 minutes,
The Orange hold it
seconds.
in the attacking zone. Jake Brown lost an edge as well. So Kentucky corral with a minute to go in the 4-on-4.
Hammaker 2 for roughing. Both at 14,
4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Kentucky down by 2. You got to wonder if Kyle Hogan is thinking about those words from the bench to see if and when he gets pulled. Probably see the expiration as 4-on-4 before Kentucky decide to do anything in terms of an empty net. Sent all the way back behind the play. AJ Finto will drop it for Jake Brown. Brown's been out there a long time. Bank pass off the boards to Gaffney. Gaffney, high slot, fires. It took a stick deflection from Michael Supan. And up into the netting. 25 seconds left of the 4-on-4. 3 minutes and 58 seconds for Syracuse, who came into the ACCHL tournament as virtually one of the last teams to secure their spot. Needed help from Stony Brook, got the help they needed from the Seawolves, and are on the cusp of an upset against the Wildcats, who are 22-4-0-1 on the season. Turnover, Bradley Parker has it in the attacking zone for the Orange. Robbie Murphy, he scored a goal in a 4-on-4 situation against Westchester earlier this year. A Westchester team that controversially left out of the playoffs in the ACCHL as the whistle blows for offsides. In fact, 2 of the teams that the Orange have lost to this season, in Indiana University of Pennsylvania and Westchester, were 2 of the first couple of teams left out of the ACCHL National Tournament. And a lot of discussions were had about the inclusion of Midland University out of Fremont, Nebraska, place I know all too well, as Kentucky get a deflection down low. Midland had a top 20 schedule where they played 20 games against very good teams and lost 19 of those. As here's a deflection in front, and it's corralled by Hogan. But back to the national tournament. Midland got into the national tournament with a 7-24 record. And out of the 24 losses they had, 19 of them to teams that were also participating in the national tournament. Their lone win came against University of Jamestown. But the rankings favoring that strength of schedule for Midland, as we're back on our way to 5-on-5 hockey with 3 minutes to go and a 3-1 Orange lead. This tournament, the end of the season for both of these teams. As that one exits the field of play, it's gloved by Riley Allen, who's on the bench for Kentucky, the alternate captain. This will be the end of the road for both of these teams. In the ACCHL tournament, and right now Syracuse have a 3-1 lead. 28 shots on goal for the Orange, 23 for Kentucky. Kyle Hogan remains in net with 2:40 to go. Angled up ahead. Caddo picks it up at neutral ice, 2:22 to go. No icing as he gained the red line. Hogan drops it back behind the play for Nate James. Kentucky skate away, blocked in front. Fanning comes up a little limp after the play. He blocked it right at the center red line with his left leg. Under 2 to go. Hogan stuck in the net because the Orange have possession in the attacking zone. Rugg, down low, back feed, shot goes wide. From the right faceoff circle, Chesner had a chance to ice it. Deflected down low with 100 seconds left in the game. Hogan stuck in the net. The Orange on the forecheck, win it back with Parker. Sent the length of the boards behind the play, and now Kentucky advance. Hogan stays in the net. Shot comes in and deflected in the air, and it's picked up by AJ Finta. Whistles blow before that. Minute 25. Hogan still in the net for Kentucky. Faceoff comes right outside the Kentucky attacking zone. Minute 25 to go. Syracuse looking to pull off the upset against 22-4-0-1 Kentucky. Hogan plays it behind the net. Kentucky decide to keep Hogan in. With 60 seconds to go, Kentucky needs something to happen offensively. They're stuck in the defensive zone. Finally, the stretch pass forward, and it's dealt with by the Orange. Flip back in to the defensive zone. Kentucky grab it with a minute to go. Still nothing from Hogan. No movement as Jack Wren has it. Wren skates down low. Wren, backhand, denied by Hogan. 45 seconds. Still the Orange. 42 seconds. Caddo slows things down at center ice, and he'll just dump it to the corner. 35 seconds. Kentucky. Stretch pass forward. Took a deflection on the way through. Caddo has it. 25 seconds. Can't believe that Kentucky didn't even try to pull Hogan in the final moments. 20 seconds. Kentucky need a miracle. Zone entry. The Orange a big hit. Work back behind the net. 13 seconds to go. Jack Wren chases it down. Plays it up to center ice. 5 seconds. Countdown begins. The final 2 seconds tick off the clock. It's a save by Finta to close out the night. And Syracuse, the 4 seed, takes down the top seed from the ACC South in a 3-1 victory for the Orange.
The final score.
The last team into the ACCHL playoffs takes down
Kentucky Wildcats 1.
the team that finished atop the ACC South.
Final shots on
The Orange over the Wildcats, 3-1. It is Ben Brandt's 2 goals and Nathan McLean's shorthanded goal that decide this one. in Fred Russ Arena. So the Orange victorious in the quarterfinals. They'll head to the semifinals. We await the results of the other two games to know when the Orange will play next. If it's at 7:30, we'll have it for you here on the SU Hockey Network. If it's at 9, we'll tune in through the 412 YouTube channel. Championship game on Sunday at 3. If this is the last time I talk to you from the SU Hockey Network, it's been a pleasure. Past 4 years have been great with the Orange, and we'll await the game time tomorrow as Syracuse has made it to the ACCHL semifinals in the first year of the conference in ACHA Men's Division 1. 3-1 Orange over the Wildcats. That's all from Fred Russ Arena. The Orange on to the semifinals tomorrow. That's all from the SU Hockey Network. Arnav Pokhrel saying so long. And the Orange will play again tomorrow.